Hello and welcome to Greenomics, a podcast from Oxford Economics where we delve into the complex relationships between climate, nature, and our global economy. I'm your host, Sarah Nelson, and the Economics and Sustainability team here at Oxford Economics, and together we'll be navigating the changing landscape of the green transition. Each month, we'll be joined by a panel of experts to discuss one aspect of sustainability and unpack what it means in today's economy. We'll explore how the economy can be harnessed to address the climate crisis and how businesses can help to create a sustainable future for all. Global warming is no longer a distant threat. It's a reality that demands our immediate attention. Shifting climate patterns and extreme weather events pose major threats to individuals, companies, and countries around the world. At the same time, of course, our global economy faces challenges of its own. Managing the many risks and their economic impacts is essential for businesses, but there's also an opportunity to be a leader in the transition to a global green economy. Greenomics will explore the risks and opportunities and distill our leading economic analysis into insights for your business. Today, on this brief teaser to the show, I'm pleased to be joined by Adrian Cooper, CEO of Oxford Economics. Thank you for joining us today, Adrian.
That's great, Sarah. Thank you for inviting me.
Now, you've been CEO of Oxford Economics for 28 years and 8 months, according to LinkedIn. Is that right?
It is, yeah. Very nearly 30 years now.
All right. Well, how have you seen the importance of climate and nature shift over that time in our industry and economic analysis and consulting more generally?
Yeah, well, there's clearly been a growing understanding of the threat of climate change and threats to nature more generally for many years now, along with, I think, an increasing sense of ambition on the part of both governments and companies, as well as much increased public engagement on these topics. So the economics of climate change and how to meet net zero targets has been an increasingly important issue for our clients across all sectors. And I think that's both because of the obvious risks coming from climate change, but also because of business opportunities that it could generate.
It seems to me, from what you're saying and also from my experience over the last few years, is that even, in the last 5 or even 2 years, it's kind of accelerated the speed at which the shift is happening. I know Oxford Economics is making a big push towards pulling climate and the environment, as you say, into all our economic analysis, from forecasts to our climate service to our consulting work. What's driving that shift in focus at Oxford?
Yeah, we're putting increasing resources and alongside that investment in product development in climate-related economics for a number of reasons. I think a key one is because we do actually care deeply about these issues, and this is an obvious way in which we can unlock the power of economics for good to help to deliver sustainable outcomes for our clients and for broader society. But I think this is an area of priority for our clients, and so to offer substantial opportunities for us to develop our own business. You touched on some of these, Sarah, but for example, our Global Climate Service, which accompanies our macroeconomic forecasting and modelling, has developed a range of scenarios around policy and around physical risks from climate change, which provides insights to our clients about what the coming transition might actually mean for the markets in which they're operating. We've also invested to develop tools which can take these scenarios and then use them to assess our clients' nature-related impacts from their own operations and look at the dependencies and the risks that they have all the way along their value chains for their particular company. And then, as you know, there's a huge number of emerging standards, regulations, policies, targets that businesses are going to have to be able to report on. And our economists are experts in helping clients navigate that challenging and changing landscape and to help assess the effects of those requirements to business processes, to supply chains, and so on, and help them really think through what is the the best way in which they can manage these risks.
It sounds like there's a lot of interesting work going on, a lot of which we'll be touching on in future episodes, which I'm very much looking forward to. So thank you very much, Adrian, for joining us today on this teaser episode. And thank you also to the listeners for tuning in. Please do follow us on social media and wherever you get your podcasts. Keep an eye out for our first full-length episode, which will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. We'll be discussing the opportunities presented by the transition to a green economy. See you then.